Hello everyone, welcome back again. My name is Jesse, and in this one-hour tutorial, we're building a very simple app called Document Redactor using SpaCy's name entity recognition as well as flask. So let's see what I mean by this app. So in case I have a file, I can just drop the file here. So I have this sample file here, and I want to redact it, right, to censor the names from it. So I can just select the particular option. So either none, that is, don't save it. So if I click on it and submit, it's going to analyze it, redact the names from it, right? So this is the original file and the name of the file. So result of the file. So Barack Obama was the name there. So redacted name was the president of US. So redacted name is standing in London, and it's John, right? So it's going to redact all the names from it. So you can just click to copy it and then you can save it back. So the next option is that you can also upload a file and then save the file rather. So let's copy this stuff here. I have this long list file. Then I can just select the option of to test, right? So when I click on it, it's going to analyze it and then redirect me to a place that I can download it. So this is the last file that was redacted, that was analyzed. So we see that your documents and then the time. So if I click on this, I can just click on select link to download, right? Then you download it. Perfect. Okay. Now the next thing that we can also do is that we can also apply the same stuff. So let's pin another file here, the same document, so sample document. Then I'm going to select none, which will redirect me to another option of seeing the result of what I did, in case you want to see it. So this is the original data and this is the redacted stuff, right? So redacted name. So Elon Musk was redacted, but the name was redacted. Okay, perfect. So what about in case you want to redact not only just names, you want to redact places, you want to redact time, you want to redact organizations. So let's see how to do that in this particular option. So I'll copy this stuff here, then I'll come back to my redact, the home file or home location. I said home file. Then if I come to this option here, I can paste whatever thing I want to do here. So right, so you see that you have some places, you have some names. In case I want to redact them, I can just click on the particular option, so redact the names, and I click on submit. It's going to redact the names and then give me the result. So sanitize, finish sanitizing. So this is the original document and this is the result. So you see that the name here was Elon Musk. So it has been redacted here. Perfect. So the same thing can be done in case I had something different. In case let's say I want to redact countries, I want to redact organizations. So let's try that one. So I'll paste the result here again, then I click on select to name, or let's redact, let's say places, right? So if I click on submit, it's going to redact all the places for us. Okay, so this is the results. So that there's a place called US here, so it was able to redact US. There's also a place called Canada somewhere here, or Pretoria here, right? So you have Pretoria, South Africa. So that he was raised in redacted places. So that is the basic idea about stuff. So now let's see how to build this app in this tutorial. So it's quite responsive. The website is also responsive, very interesting. So you can just check all the downloads here, which is going to be all that we have done, and also check the normal stuff here, right? So everything is working in a very simple way. So that's the app that we're trying to build. We are using Bootstrap material design, right? That's why it's making it more interesting. So now let's see what to do. So this is our folder. Inside our folder we have our static file. Inside our static file we have our download file, JS file, and then downloaded file. So these files are actually empty, right? So our static file has an empty download folder where we store our downloads. We have our JS file with the main.js, which is going to be helping us to copy our file on click, and then we have the uploaded file, which is empty, right? So perfect. So we have our template and there's nothing here. Then let's start building this up. So I'm just going to create my first file. So I root of the file, I'm going to call it as app.py, right? That's going to be our first file. This is going to be our backend. Now let's create another one for our front end. So inside our template, we're going to create 3 different files. So we're going to create our index.html file, and then we're going to create another one for our results. Inside our root, inside our template, results, very long. Okay, perfect. So we have this index file, we have our app.file backend. So perfect. Now let's see how to build our front end straight away. I'm just going to go to our file here, go to Bootstrap, I'm going to copy an example to use for it to become faster. So let's choose our favorite stuff, which is going to be the Jumbotron. Then I'll copy this entire stuff, go to background, view page source. Right, so from here, so we'll be trying to make something very simple to make it faster. So let's create our simple HTML file. So HTML, right, and then let's put our document redactor. Right, that is something very basic we'll be doing. So the next thing I need is that we need to be able to get our stuff, right? So I'm just going to create our navbar. I'll copy the navbar here. I'll copy the navbar to the Jumbotron, right? To the Jumbotron. And be using that one. So we have our navbar here. Then we take off this. Perfect. This is going to be for our downloads. And we just duplicate this one to get our about page, right? So this is going to be our about. Perfect. So we have something very basic. So the next thing we need to do is that we need to be able to bring our bootstrap inside. So document stuff. I'm just going to copy, go to our CDN. We're using material bootstrap, right? Although we are using bootstrap, we're using material bootstrap. So we just go to mdbootstrap.com. I'm going to copy the CSS and then the JavaScript, right? So let's copy the awesome script. It's going to copy it here for our CSS. Then for our JavaScript, which is going to be down, we copy code. Then I'll paste it at the bottom of it. Perfect. So we have our JavaScript, we have our bootstrap, right? Perfect. But this bootstrap is not just a normal bootstrap, it is just a materialized bootstrap. Perfect. So the next thing we need to do is just work on this place, and let's change this one to document recognition, right? So that's it. Spaces named entity recognition. So we are done with it. Now the next thing we need to do is that we have our Jumbotron, everything is working perfectly. So let's take off this main. We don't need a main. Just div. So we have our index file, we have our about file, and let's try it and see whether it's going to work. So we have our index file working in a very simple way. We have our home, then we have stuff. So the next thing we need to do is that we need to be able to create our for the individual special class container. Is our class container is going to take a form, so it's going to be our div. We're going to have it as a form, right? So class container, then we need to create a form. Then this form is going to be for whatever you want to do, right? So every form takes a method, post, and then a route, right? So action. The action is going to be the particular route that you want to go. So this particular route is going to be the route to our uploads, right? So we are done with that. And the next thing we need to do is that since it's an upload, we need to be able to make sure that it's able to receive a particular kind of data. Right? Okay, so we have the uploads, then we're just going to use the M type. So the M type is going to help us be able to upload a file, right? So it's going to take a multi-part form data, right? So this is going to help us be able to upload a particular file to it. So that's the basic stuff about it. Now we are done with this. So let's create a simple div of a class of, let's say, main section, which we will work on it later. Then we're just going to create a simple drag drop, so h5, so drag drop. Then the next thing we need to do is just create an input file to receive stuff. So it's going to be input type. So the name is, the file type is going to be file, the type is going to be file. Then this is going to be a particular stuff that you have. So tst data, test data. Then let's give it as a class of particular stuff. Let's say upload, right? So done with our input type. So let's create a simple break pattern. And let's bring our button on it. Perfect. So this is going to be our submit button. Then we're just going to create another one for our reset button or something else. So submit. Let's make it only submit. So type submit. Perfect. So we have our button here. So we have our button, we have our uploads, we have our button. Simple, right? So this is just for the front end. So we are taking a lot of time in this front end. Let's see how it's going to be and move on to the rest, right? Because that's the basic idea. So we have named to do our form. This is a form that's going to receive our input. It's going to receive whatever we are receiving by this method, send it via post to this particular route, which we'll be creating later. And then this is going to help us with it, right? The type is file, and then the name. This is going to be this is what's going to be attached to it. So let's create this our route. So I'm going to just create a simple basic stuff, then request. Right, so that's the basic stuff we'll be doing. Now the next thing we need to do is just to initialize app. So app flask name. So the next step is that we're going to create the if main app dot run debug is called to true. So we are done with it with the basic stuff. So perfect. So now let's create our first route. So it's going to be app dot route. It's going to be our home file, then def index 10 render template of index.html. Right, perfect. So that's going to be our first route. Then let's create our second route. So the second route is going to be our downloads and another route for our uploads. So perfect. So we have one for our index, another one for our uploads. So this is which we are going to upload our file. Then let's create another one to sanitize stuff for our individual routes. So let's run this particular app that we have and see what it's going to make. So I'll close the first one. So you see that we have our py, so python app.py. So let's position it well. So this is the old one, right? So let me close it. Then let's run it. So it's going to run. Whilst it's running, so we have been able to create these individual routes, right? So the sanitize is going to be for our results. Our uploads is going to be for our results. This is going to be for our index file here, right? The current place, and then this is going to be for our downloads directory. Perfect. So we have this individual stuff working. So let's try and see whether it's coming. So so come here, that is open this route. I'll copy this particular stuff here. Now paste it here. It's working well, right? So it's working very nice. A very nice format. So most everything is working. So we have our document redactor, downloads, about, then this working very well, right? So we see that we have our stuff here that you can click on it, then it opens a particular stuff, right? Very nice. Okay. But although it's able to open, you can upload something there, right? But it cannot be sent anywhere. So you need to be able to work on that particular aspect. Perfect. So if I go back to here, everything is working well. Perfect. So we have our first page, and let's work on the remaining pages. So I'm just going to create break here, right? Perfect. So we have our first form. So we need to create the remaining forms, right? So this is going to be our first form. Let's create our second form. So this here, test area of class form control. I'm going to give it a name, whereby you're going to bind whatever you want to bind to it, right? So that's where you're going to be binding whatever thing that you want to bind. So let's call it as raw test, our favorite word. If you have been watching most of our videos, raw test. Then columns of 5, rows of 5. Then let's set required to true. Yeah, right, so that it will be able to reject anything in case you don't send anything, right? So now that is powerful. Now we need to create a button. So let's copy this button that we have here. Don't need to create copy button. So let me change it. Two buttons. So one is going to be for reset and one is going to be for our perfect. So if I refresh it again, so that we have a button here, right? So we have submit, clear, and then submit. Okay, perfect. So there's something missing. There's something here that we need to work on. Okay, about div container. Okay, right. So it's now working. So now we are done in the form. Then let's create the options for our select. So it's going to be very simple. So the option for our select is going to be BR. Let's put it after the test type. Select. Then the select is going to take options with a value. So the value is going to be the particular value one. So the first value is going to be, let's say we want places. Then we do one for the remaining stuff, right? So let me copy it and paste so that it becomes faster. Perfect. Now, so let's try it and see. Perfect. So now it's working, right? So we have our stuff here, places, names, organizations, and dates, right? Which are referring to this. So we have to create this particular option. You see this one for the sanitize. So we are done with the front end. And the next thing is our result. Where is the result going to be? So I'll copy that one here, right? Where the result is going to be for the first one. Perfect. So this is where our result is going to be. Now let's move on to our backend, right? So let's start working on our backend. So to be able to work on our uploads, now we have our files here, right? We want to be able to work on the upload. So let's work on the upload. To work on the upload is quite simple. We need to be able to import some stuff to help us to do the uploading. So it's going to be from flask uploads. What are you importing? We are importing upload. Importing upload setup. Importing config uploads. All of these things to be using them. Then and then data. Right. So we are importing from uploads, flask upload set, configure upload, and then all data, right? So that's what we doing that. Then we need to get a way of securing whatever thing we are doing. So that's what we're using there. So we are done with this upload stuff. So the next thing we need is, so for the configuration is going to be our files, then upload set, right? So upload set, and it takes this argument of files, then the particular stuff will be uploaded. So we want to upload, or you can be specific here and then set it only to maybe TST or to any stuff. But let's work on just upload, or you can just do it later. Then let's configure it to configure. So where is it going to be uploaded to? We are uploading it to our static file. So static folder files to. Then we're just going to configure them together. So configure uploads. Then you're going to configure the app. Then our files. So that is the basic stuff about it, right? So we have been able to work with our configuration. This is going to help us with our uploading of our stuff. Now let's move on to seeing how to be able to upload our files, right? To work on this. So we just move to our upload option. Then we're going to create a simple if request dot method. Then we have our test data, tst data, request dot files, right? If that is the case, then do whatever you want to do, right? But because this is an upload file, we need a method, then we need an action. So going to be our method. That is the basic stuff about it. So we also need to be able to apply this particular method of get and post to the remaining stuff. So we use the same stuff here for our sanitize, because we also be using for our sanitize. Now we are done with it. So with this option, we'll be able to receive a file. So now let's work on receiving a particular file. So let's go to file. Let's go to request, files. Then this is going to be our test.t, test data. Then we need to create a file name, right? Then file dot file. So we need to be able to secure this stuff, right? So that's where we got the secure file name. This is very important. The option version. Perfect. So we are done with our file names. Now we can save it. So file, so save. How? Where are we saving it? os.path.join. We are saving this particular file in a particular location. So static slash uploads, uploaded files, right? That's why we are saving it to. Now what are we saving? This one takes 2 arguments, so I'm saving this particular stuff to our file name. So that is what I'm saving, right? That's what I'm saving there. Okay, so we are done with our file name saving. So we need to be able to import OS at the top. So let's go to other packages. Other packages. So import OS, import time, and we also need to import, let's say, SpaCy. And let's do our NLP stuff. NLP. So import SpaCy. NLP is going to be SpaCy. Load here, right? This is going to help us with our sanitization. So this goes off. NLP. Perfect. So we are done with most of these aspects. So we have seen how to upload a file with this particular option. So let's try it and see whether it's going to work. So this is the same file that we have here. There's no errors. Now let's try and see whether if I upload a file. So I'm going to upload this sample.txt. Right, look at the location. So it's failed because no module named workzig, right? I made a mistake with the spelling of workzig. It's supposed to be Z. Put the file name because we are securing file name. Perfect. So now if I save this one here, then let's close down. It's restarting. So let's refresh it and see. Now as we already checked here, there's nothing here inside our uploaded file. There's nothing here inside our uploaded file, right? But the moment we just upload a file here, so let's go with our sample file, click on upload, then submit. Perfect, right? No give us any errors. If you check our uploaded file, see that the file has come in sample test file here, which has come in as sample test file. That means that the file has been uploaded. Very simple. Perfect. Now let's see how to work with this particular file that has been uploaded. So to work on it, I'm just going to create another function to do all of those things. I'll copy those functions so that it becomes faster and easier, because we have learned about how to do redaction in the previous tutorial. So this is going to be all the functions. So this function is very simple. So just going to create a simple function to redact it. We have created an NLP object from here. Then we're going to pass in whatever tests apply. Then we're going to create an empty list of redacted sentence. Then we're going to merge, find all our entities, then check, tokenize our document and check if a particular entity has a type of person, then redact it, right? Otherwise don't redact it. Then later on we're going to join them together in a very simple way. That is how we'll be doing for the names, for the places, by changing the type, document type as GPE. Same thing for the dates, changing the document type as dates. Same thing for the organization as org, and then that is it, right? Perfect. So that is how to work with it. So in case you want to know the end type, you can just check the official species website to get all the entity types, right? Okay, perfect. So we have been able to create our function. So now let's apply this particular function on our test. So to apply it on our test, particular test, it's going to be very simple. So let's create as documents file. So now let's open that file. So with open, that's os.path.join. So it's the same thing that we have here. This particular stuff, what we copy this one because that's exactly the same location you're thinking. We are opening that particular file that has been saved there. Then when you open that file, you want to be able to work on it in a certain way. So let's use a read and an append as F. Then we can just do whatever we want to do. So we are storing everything as F. Let's put as my file. It's going to f.read. So I'm going to read the content of that particular file. Then results, it's going to be whatever you want to do. So here that you're going to apply all these functions that you have created. You created a function to sanitize places, to sanitize names, to sanitize date. So you're applying that particular function that we created on it. So it's going to be sanitize names of that our F, right? And then store it inside as result. So perfect. So we are done with it in a simple way. So now let's return our result. We return. So it's going to be result is going to be our result. Then let's create another one to show the file. My file is going to be my file. I will be sending these ones to our result page. That is a very simple way of doing it. Now we have been able to know how to sanitize our stuff. So let's check our results. So inside our results here, there's nothing here. So let's make it quite simple, right? Then later on we'll add our beautification to it because of the time. So this is going to be our normal day, the particular stuff we uploaded. So let's try it again. It's more X. Okay, so now let's try it and see whether it's going to work. So I'm just going to upload a file. So let's go to a sample file, upload, then submit. Perfect. See that it has come, right? Without the design. So we had our original file, we have our results. Perfect. In a very simple way. That means that it's working. So we are able to see how to upload a file, right, from our index.html file here, and then see the result of it in a very simple way. So that means that most of it is done. So the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to apply the same principle on the individual stuff here, right? That is a basic idea. So now let's see how to work on it. So perfect. So the next thing we have to do is that we need to be able to work on adding an option of saving it to a particular place whereby you can download for the drop option here, right? And then we need to be able to see how to work on this particular option. So let's do this one first, then we come back to this place. So this is going to be for our sanitize. So going to be if our request that's method plus stuff is going to be our raw test. Then request dot form raw test coming from the form, and the same thing for our choice. Request dot form our choice. So here we did not name it as choice, we named it as what? This is raw test, the name here. This was our task option, right? So copy this task option here, and then use that same task option here. And we are saving the name as something different. Perfect. So now we are able to receive the particular raw test and then the particular option, right? So we have the particular stuff you are typing here and then the particular option, right? Now let's work on applying. So it's going to be simple if our choice is equal to redacted names, right? Just as we have here, redact names, places, organizations, dates. So if our choice is equal to redact names, then I want you to do something else. I want you to apply the redact name function. So it's going to be our result to our sanitize names. Then I'm going to pass in our raw test. Perfect. So that is how to work with it. Very, very simple. So that is it. Then after that, we're going to send the result to our index file. So result is equal to result. Then let's send the particular initial file. This is going to be the raw test. It's equal to raw test. That's how to work with the very simple aspect, right? So we are just receiving whatever thing you are typing there, storing that raw test, putting the same thing for the choice, then we're just using a normal if condition. So if the choice is going to redact the name, apply the sanitize names function, which is coming from here. So we have sanitize places, sanitize names, sanitize date, sanitize org. So we use that same option on it. So it's going to be, the next one is going to be else if the choice, let's go to, let's say, places, then do the same thing, right? Results, let's go to sanitize places, then notice. Very simple, right? So that is the basic idea about it. So let me paste the remaining one so that when we paste it, right, so that it comes faster. Perfect. So we have it in a very simple way, right? So now we can be able to select different function names, places, organization, dates, then to just choose that particular stuff, store the results after applying the function, then send it to our list, right? So we are able to work with our sanitize stuff. So let's try it and see whether it's going to work. So let's paste in some test. So I'll go back to my sample download file, copy the same test we had here. So copy this one, paste it here, hope it works. Then let's select the particular task of, let's say, names, submit. So let's try it and see whether it's going to work. So we choose names, then click on submit. Sanitize, voila. So now see that it's working in a very simple way, right? So we have our original test and then the redacted file here. Very simple and very nice. So we are going to work on the receiving of stuff and then changing the different options. We are going to work on the drop stuff and then we're going to find it straight away to the right place. So the next thing is that we're going to add this particular option, right, of saving it to the drop, drag and drop. So let's see how to work on it. So it's going to be here. We have select option, so I'm just going to use the same select option here, right? Let me paste that one here so that it comes faster. So we have our input file and then we have our select options. So everything that's going to be done is going to be stored inside the save option, right? So we have to create that save here. So let's go back to our uploads. Now we need to be able to add that stuff somewhere because we named it here as save option. Save option, and then now we'll be applying a particular if condition here, right? So it's going to be if my choice is equal to the particular save option, which in this case is going to be, let's say, save to test, which was the option that we gave here. So if you have save to test, no save, right? If it is save to test, then I want you to do something to it. What do I want you to do? I want to create it as new result. Let's go to our write function. So the write to file function is from here, which is above here, right? So we have a simple function. So write to file, we're just creating a file name, very simple file name. It's a time string, just coming from our time, right? So we have our time, we have to create the time string. So it's going to be time string, right? So we have created a simple time. From time we are importing time string to time. Then this is the particular option or the current time, right? Then we are using our same time string to create the name of the file, which is going to be the document. You can just change it to make it anyhow. Time string plus.txt. I'm going to open it in the download folder and then write whatever stuff there, right? So that's the basic stuff of the write to file. So using the write to file over our particular stuff that we have, it's going to be our result. So we are able to write to it. Then we need to be able to return. So return redirect to a particular place. So using URL4, we are redirecting it to our downloads, right? Which we have not created yet, which we will create. So this download here, that's why we are redirecting everything. All those stuff here. Perfect. So that is the case. So else, if the choice is equal to, let's say, no save, right? That is no save. I want you to pass, then and also do the same thing for pass, right? Perfect. So we have been able to work with it. So now we know that we are going to either save it and then write it and redirect it to this particular option. So let's work on that download option. So there's the download option. to be able to see whatever thing that is in the download option. It's very easy to do. Just going to create a simple files. Let's go to files. Then just going to use a normal of os.list dir. Then we use the os.path.join, so os.path.join. Then we are going to go to our static file, so static / our download directory, not direct downloads file, rather, right? Download files, right? Their location. Perfect. So that is the basic stuff we are going to do. So we're just going to go to that particular place, and then you send this file here. The files. Let's go to files. Perfect. So we are done with it. Very simple, right? So just if I'm being redirected from here, I say the file redirected to this place. It's going to go to our downloads file here. Then I will be able to list everything in that particular downloads file here. So let's create something simple to do it here. So UL class list group. So that's how to do that, right? Perfect. So we're going to be putting whatever thing that we're going to do there. So this one goes in this format. So to use a normal ginger. So for file in my files, give me the file. Then we need to bring the end for. So end for. Perfect, right? So if I save it here, this is quite simple. If I save it here, I just create a simple, let's say, anchor tag for it. So href. Then I can just put in my stuff here again. Something very simple. True here, right? So perfect. First of all, let's check on now how to work on our route individual route. So this is going to be for our /home. This is going to be for our downloads. Can use URL for this one. Just let's leave it like that. Perfect. So we have one for our downloads file, which we can send it to our results, which we don't have. So we have been able to get for our downloads file, right? So we can also apply the same thing for our home here. Perfect. And then so that you can be able to refresh it. So let's check our refresh button, which is here. So we are going to work with on our refresh button in a very simple way. So let's see what we have done so far. So and I click on back to here, task option. So let's upload some stuff, sample here, then let's submit. So that it has given us the results in a very simple way. Now let's try the same stuff on, say, TST. That's what we have been working on all along at the downloads option here. So let's see whether it's going to redirect us to that place. So submit. Voila, so that redirected us to that place, right? Which we had as here. Very simple, right? With this particular stuff. So nice. So that is how to work on our downloads. So now let's add. So that's how to work on our downloads option, right? So we have our downloads here. We have our results, which is shown in two places. This place and then the one that's going to send us to that particular option. So let me add the beautification to it to make it quite easier. So I'll paste the result here because the same thing that we have. Then this is going to be results. Perfect. Now turn here. Let's check for a result. We also had file name, right? So let's go to this file name, right? This file name is referring to this particular file name that we have, right? So we are done with this. Now let's go over, right? So the main idea for all this long stuff we have done is that first of all, we're going to upload all our necessary stuff. So we need flask URL, import all the necessary stuff. So we need flask upload. So we just upload set config all data, and then this particular option here to allow us to secure our files. Going to import the other packages always to help us with our joining, time to help us with our forming of our file time. Then you import an NLP package SpaCy and then create an NLP object. Then you create individual functions to sanitize our file. So sanitize names using the person, sanitize places using the GPE, sanitize dates using dates, and then sanitize organization using organization. Then we're going to create another function to write our file. So this is the name of the file, right? The format of the file. Just going to open our particular file and then write our text to it. Perfect. So we initialize our app, and I'm going to set the configuration for where the file that you're uploading here, the file you're uploading here is supposed to be, right? So it's going to be sent to this particular location, uploaded file destination. Perfect. We're going to create our first route, which is going to be for our index file. We're going to create another route for our uploads, which is this particular option, right? So when we upload the file, just going to save it, the text of the file, save it in the uploaded file directory here, then open a particular file and apply our individual functions to it, right, based on the particular stuff. So if the choice is to save to test, we're going to write it. If there's nothing, we're going to write if the choice is to save to tst, we're going to write it with the right function. Then we're going to redirect it to our downloads file, which is just here, right? So we have our downloads file here. Perfect. Then the next option that we need to do is that if there is none, just going to go with none, right? Perfect. So that's the basic idea about it. Then the next thing is that for the sanitizer is going to be the one here. So we're just going to create our sanitization, create different options. So receive the file that is typed here, and then receive the file that is typed here, and then the option is coming from here, this choice here. We're going to send it based on a choice, right? So if the choice is redact names, apply the sanitize names function which we created above. If it is places, apply the same option. Perfect. And then for the downloads file, just going to create going to just list the directory inside the download files and then loop through it here in a very simple way, right? We're going to loop through it in a very simple way. For the results too, is going to be very simple. Just the name of the file, then our results. So thank you for watching this long tutorial. I know that it was up and down, but I hope you have learned something. And please don't forget to subscribe and then check the links below for some interesting stuff. In case you need me to also help you with designing some cool stuff like this, you can also check the links below. And then you can also check the links below for the entire code for this particular tutorial. Thank you. And then let's see the last option of this app. So to our downloads file. Perfect. We have our file here. Then let's go back to our download. Let's apply our last file, which is this docs. Let's see that everything is working well. To none. Submit. Perfect. So it's working perfectly, right? A very simple way. So thank you. And then for the copy results, right? So to work on the copy results, the reason I not talk about it is that it's very simple. This JavaScript stuff. So just go to our, to get the copy results, you just go to this place. So this is just, there are two options, right? The code will be below, so that I can just check on it. So I just using document exec copy, right, to be able to work on it. That is the basic idea about the copy results. Then you're creating a simple function to copy it, right? So this thing is looped to this place, this ID is looped to this place, and then just passing that particular ID to our copy result function, which is inside our main put file. So thank you for watching this tutorial, and please don't forget to subscribe. Stay blessed.